Investment banking, is that what you want to do? Mergers and acquisitions, does that excite you? But do you want to know what an ideal day of an investment banker looks like? Then you have to keep watching this video. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. Today I'm sharing with you, finally after a very long wait, the part 2 of the JP Morgan free job simulation offered by Forage. I know thoda sa late ho gaya in uploading and I'm really sorry for that. Life took over, work took over, studies took over, but it is my fault, so no excuses. However, before I continue on the part 2, I would request anyone who has not seen part 1, because that's where I tell you how I found out about Forage, how can you go to their website, how do you reach what we're gonna do today. So if you've not seen part 1, please check it out. The link I'm adding in the description. Part 2, let's get straight to it, where I'm gonna share my very honest review on the tasks. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take that 1 second and hit that subscribe button, guys. I really need your help to reach where I want to in this channel. If you're already a part of this channel, then thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So guys, like I said in the part 1 itself, that uh, this is what they claim, that if you have this free job simulation in hand, तो काफी ज़्यादा chances हैं that you will get a job in JP Morgan. Right now, that is obviously a very secondary phase. What I'm going to share with you is how valuable this overall free job simulation is, how much time does it take, etc. etc. So first things first, if you reach and you are onto the page where you're supposed to reach, second, yeah, so this is where you have to reach. You will see that you have around 4 tasks, right? 4 tasks to complete, and only after you complete each task will you unlock an achievement, right? So for example, if you complete the first task, you will unlock application dates, locations, and eligibility criteria at JP Morgan. What's gonna happen is, the moment you finish the first task, they're gonna send you a mail on your registered email ID, when they're gonna give you access to see current application dates of jobs, eligibility criteria, locations, which will basically give you one first mover advantage or an upper edge. Because sometimes what happens is, if you're searching on LinkedIn, you might not reach something that's updated or something that's up to date or something like that. So it just gives you the first mover advantage of having access to see what job openings are currently happening at JP Morgan Chase. So if you are interested, if you are eligible, then you can at least take that first step to apply. If you know someone, you can use the reference and get the job maybe at a better pace, right? Now, I did the first task today and I'm going to share it with you. I took an entire recording of what I did, how I did. It shows 30 to 60 minutes and मुझे exactly 65 minutes लगे in total to complete. Actually 60 I would say, because 5 minutes obviously थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो ही जाता है. So 60 minutes. So what I would say is, take the upper end of each task. So for example, if task 2 is showing 30 to 60 minutes, again take 60 minutes. If task 3 is showing 1 to 2 hours, then assume that you will take 2 hours. So if I keep that in mind, I would say this is a 2, 3, 4, roughly 5 to 6 hours you will need to complete this entire thing, right? Is it worth it? Definitely. Like I said, getting the job or not getting the job is a secondary aspect about it. The first aspect itself is how amazingly well the tasks are curated. I'll be very honest with you, I have only completed task 1. I'm yet to do task 2, 3, 4, which I will upload in part 3. I promise jaldi aayega. Next Friday is the target. It will come out for sure. But I just did task 1 and it was so wholesome. It was so wholesome, but it just forces you to think so much more, right? Obviously here they've not gone in depth of numbers. Like I said, that will be, I think, task 2 and task 3. But in the first part, they've just showed you strategic allocation, which is also very important for anybody giving CFA. In CFA level 3, they are so highly focused on strategies, strategic decisions, strategic asset allocation. So somewhere it forces you to think beyond numbers. I don't know how many of you all watch Shark Tank, but sometimes even when the numbers are bad, why do the sharks invest, right? Because there is some other strategy behind it. And I think that's what this task did to me, and I absolutely fell in love. मतलब वो 1 घंटा मैं हिली नहीं हूँ. I have literally sat deep rooted, not moving, literally like a zombie, because I was so engrossed. And I'm somebody who's not even wanting to do finance as a core in my career. Like, I don't want to get into core financing in my career, but even I was engrossed by how amazingly well they have made this. So anyways, बहुत बातें हो गई. I'll show you what the first task is. it's find some M&A targets basically. Shows you here, what will you learn? Meet your client, worldwide brewing company, who are interested in expanding their operations into Asia through M&A, how to select ideal candidates, blah blah blah. So I'll tell you in short basically what that first task was. There is this company called Worldwide Brewing Co. who's supposed to be our client at JP Morgan. They are having a conversation with this lady called Anna, and in that conversation they tell Anna that, you know what, we want to expand our company to Asian markets because we feel that wahan pe, because of the rising middle class, we'll be able to tap on new opportunities, right? Because somewhere domestically we're feeling plateau aa gaya, thoda slow chal raha hai, so we feel like internationally we'll be able to expand at a faster rate. And what happens is Anna tells him, okay, I know somebody, I know the MD of JP Morgan Hong Kong, so I will have somebody talk to them and give you some options. So then the guy, there's this, the MD of JP Morgan US speaks to the MD of JP Morgan at Hong Kong, that is Sarah. And what she does is, what they do is, what he does is he tells Sarah about that, you know, we have a client who's looking at expanding in Hong Kong. So, आपके पास कोई companies है that they can possibly merge with or acquire, or you know, somehow synergize so that they can help expanding. So then Sarah gives him 5 company ke options that Boeing and Co can do a possible merger and acquisition transaction with. And what they say is the final task is that we need to decide कि इन पांचों में से which one would we recommend to Carlos, who's the owner of Worldwide Brewing and Co, that you should, you know, possibly consider this company for an M&A target or do not consider. So the first task was relatively simple in the sense that you just have to give recommend or not recommend and state a reason in 1 or 2 lines. Why do you think you should recommend it? Why do you think you should not recommend it? They very, very strictly mention that, you know, think of aspects other than financials, like look at strategy, look at convenience, look at feasibility of the transaction. Like I said, you know, हम CFA में जब सोचते हैं तो अक्सर what happens is, or in courses, your finance will be like numbers, 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 numbers. But there are other aspects also to consider, and that's what this course or this simulation taught me at least, right? Basically, in the task, what they provide you is they provide you details about the client company like Brewing and Co, and then they provide you with a telephone transcript between Mark, that is the US JP Morgan ka MD, and Sarah, that is the Hong Kong JP Morgan ki MD. So exactly what their conversation was and how she tells him about each company. That is one document they'll provide you with so that you have access or you can take decisions accordingly. They'll provide you with a second document wherein they've specifically summarized each company in points so that it's easier for you to view and then take a decision. And then they give you a sample mail that आपको essay mail लिखना है. So basically the answer that you're gonna write, they write a sample format of that. So that's the least important bit. I like how they've gone to the depth of things, literally the hi, hellos, everything they've added, so that it seems very it seems very real. It seems as if, you know, you're really sitting in a company and having a listening to a meeting of them, or you are a analyst and you are made to sit in an MD meeting and take notes and take a decision accordingly, right? So that's what really attracted me. So you can see here they literally went like, hey Sarah, it's Mark here, how's it going? Hi Mark, it's been busy, great to hear from you again, thanks for making time to speak on this. And then they get on the conversation. I'm switching to the next page of this because I'll rather show you the summaries of the companies. Okay, so going to the first, Worldwide Brewing, the client company. So they have given you a summary already that it's the largest US manufacturer and supplier of beer, spirits, and non-alcoholic beverages in the US. Current operations generate 1 billion US of EBITDA annually. Limited domestic growth opportunities, looking to expand overseas, especially in the Asia markets. It's given in the first bit already. CEO has identified Asia as the key opportunity as rising middle class is rapidly increasing the demand for more premium beverages, right? And then SSA karke, they give the description of 4 more companies: Happy Hour Co, Spirit Bay, Hipsters Ale, Brew Co, and Bevies Direct, right? Then how do you have to format it? Basically, like I said, that's the least important bit because right now for us it is important to know key thoughts kya hai. But they say give the company name, give a small description of what the company does. So you will basically explain where is it headquartered, where is it located, etc., etc. What is the EBITDA, who are the owners, etc. Then you will add in the third column relevance to Brewing and Co, which basically means is it suitable for Brewing and Co? Yes or no. If yes, why? If no, why? Right? And then the final column, that is recommend or do not recommend. I honestly got, I'll be very honest with you, I didn't get all 5 correct. I got 4 out of 5 correct. एक गलत हो गया मुझसे. And I loved doing it, right? I'll show you one. So for example, Baby's Direct, because we're open on it, it shows the details are HQ Singapore, that's it's headquartered at Singapore. Other locations are Malaysia, China, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, Cambodia, Australia, New Zealand. Segments: beer, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages. Operations: wholesale distribution only. Shareholders: owned by the family. EBITDA 250 million US dollars, up 20% from last year. What would you do for this? Would you recommend or would you not recommend? I'm letting all of you guys, I'm putting a 5-second timer. Put your decision in the comment section. I want to know what you did. ये मुझे correct आया था by the way. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. You would recommend this to Carlos. You would suggest it to him. Reasons you need to give is: one, it operates in the exact three same segments that is similar to what Carlos's Brewing and Co does. That is beer, spirits, and non-alcoholic beverages. Tick. It's got a positive EBITDA. It's growing. Another tick. It operates vastly across Asian countries. So it's headquartered in Singapore, which is one of the very big markets in Asia. So Singapore hai, Malaysia, China, Indonesia, Japan, Korea. In fact, it also has Australia and New Zealand, which expands or gives Brewing and Co the opportunity to expand further if it wants to. So it gives them that extra edge, right? Shareholders, it is owned by only one family, so the ease in transaction would be much easier. Imagine if there were 50 people that you had to close this M&A deal with. बहुत ज़्यादा time लगता है. Here it is only one family, so the deal would have closed at a much easier pace. It is flexible, it is feasible. So that is one thing. Now the only negative point I would say here is wholesale distribution only. That is what will keep all of us thinking. It kept me also thinking that Brewing and Co was in manufacturing also, so how will they do it? But if you think of it a little bit tilted, it has a manufacturing company. That's how I thought of it, right? It already is a manufacturing company, right? So even if it wants to expand in Asia, it can use its existing manufacturing, say in the US, and export to Asia because it has a wholesale distribution channel. And distribution channel karna is one of the toughest things in business, according to me. So that's how I thought of it, and that was pretty much a similar answer that even they gave. That even if that is a small hurdle, it can act as a bone, right? So that's how deep you have to think of layers. कि भाई हाँ, एक ही इंसान है, ट्रांजैक्शन ईजी हो जाएगा, वर्क्स, एबिटा पॉजिटिव है, ग्रो कर रहा है, वर्क्स, सेम सेगमेंट्स, एवरीथिंग इज सेम, ब्रिलियंट. ही वांट्स टू एक्सपैंड इन एशिया ओनली, एशिया के ऑलमोस्ट हर बड़े मार्केट को टैप कर रहा है, वर्क्स. इनफैक्ट 2 एक्स्ट्रा मार्केट्स है, एक्स्ट्रा बूम, डबल वर्क्स. एक प्रॉब्लम है यार कि वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कर रहा है, ये होलसेल कर रहा है, बट अगर लाइक आई सेड वो ऐसा टेढ़ा करके सोचोगे ना तो आंसर मिल जाएगा. So basically that's what I really liked about this job simulation. The moment I completed it, I got a mail. I will also attach that mail ka screenshot here. Like I said, where they told me about the locations, eligibility criteria, and I think that's brilliant because having access to that kind of data directly from JP Morgan is definitely a huge, huge thing. Will you get a job directly from JP Morgan? Chances to me personally seem a very 50-50% because I feel like, थोड़ा सा एक एडवांटेज है दैट यू हैव अ सर्टिफिकेट फ्रॉम देम एंड डेफिनेटली दे हैव एन आइडिया दैट आपको थोड़ा सा तो आइडिया है ऑफ व्हाट दे डू. But somewhere the honest truth lies that networking beats nothing. So yes guys, that is ending this video. I know that part 3 baki hai and I will make a part 3 of this wherein I summarize task 2, 3 and 4. I'm not gonna go per task on that one because I feel like that will not be necessary. आपको समझ आ चुका है कि क्या करती है कंपनी. Let me know in fact if you want me to make a part 3 or is this sufficient enough. In my opinion, final verdict, definitely check out this free job simulation. It takes 6-7 hours. Don't do it if you're busy with studying already because you'll just mess up your time. Do it when you are a little bit free, when you have nothing to do, when you're just bored, because it's really interesting also, and it definitely will add a lot of value to help you think practically out of the box, not just using a textbook language. So 100% recommend from my end. With that, we're ending this video. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.